everyone, and welcome to Radiant Love's Love Talk. My name is Angel D. Thomas, and I am the founder and CEO of Radiant Love, which was established in 2017. Radiant Love exemplifies the power of boldness, beauty, and self-confidence. I want to encourage everyone to be the best version of themselves. Y'all be bold, y'all be beautiful, y'all be you. So as the holiday season is approaching, I want to encourage everyone to be thankful and be grateful. Oftentimes, I find myself saying, I wish I had, or I want, not realizing how blessed I already am. So with the holiday seasons coming, I want to encourage y'all to be thankful. I also want to encourage y'all to give back. It's also the season of giving back. Give back to someone, whether it's giving a compliment, giving a hug. If you can financially give back, give back. But it's the season to be thankful and to give back. Joining us tonight on Love Talk is Ashley Clark, who is the founder and CEO of Sense2Cents. Let's add her on now. Welcome to Love Talk, y'all.
Hi again, Angel.
Hey, Ashley. I want to say thank you for doing this again with me. Oh, my goodness.
Problem.
I got a solution, so I hope it don't happen this time, but I'm recording on my other phone. So welcome to Love Talk. Y'all, this is Ashley, who is the founder and CEO of Sense2Cents. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about Ashley. So Ashley is the founder and CEO of Sense2Cents, where she demonstrates her knack for all things finance. Passionate about providing financial literacy for children, she utilizes innovative methods that are not only educative, but highly entertaining, thus fostering healthy learning habits. She ensures that kids do not view learning as a chore, but as an exciting activity to look forward to. Prior to Sense2Cents, she dedicated her time to helping women with their finances. Most of her clients wish that they had acquired such priceless knowledge when they were much younger. With that came Ashley's decision to provide age-appropriate learning materials for children. Welcome to Love Talk again, Ashley.
Thank you. I'm glad to have some money talk with Love Talk.
Yes, without a doubt. So, Ashley, you are the founder and CEO of Sense2Cents, where you help parents introduce financial education to their children in a fun way. And it's extremely important that we teach our kids healthy financial habits while they're young, so that they can practice them as they get older. And kids not only do what they are taught, but they also do what they see. So where did you get the idea of Sense2Cents?
Like you said, when I started out as helping women. A friend of mine said, if you have information, share it. I'm a banker by day, so I see a lot of times when people come in, they're frustrated, they don't know how to do this. I'm like, oh my gosh, why does not everybody know some of the simpler things that I grew up knowing? And I had to come to realize that not everybody had that basis to learn on financial literacy, financial terms, etc. So I looked at myself and I did a little Michael Jackson and said, you got to start with the man in the mirror. And so that's when I came out, started helping women. And with women, more people were saying, I wish I had this when I was a kid. And so I started implementing some things with my children, and people saw what I was doing with them and they wanted more. And so that's how we all began in April of this year. Well, we started out with women in October of last year, but April we started exclusively for women, for children, excuse me.
Wow. And I just absolutely love it. And I keep telling you this, I love what you are doing. I absolutely love it. And the name is Sense2Cents. For anyone that's not familiar, it's SENSE, the number 2, CENTS. And that name is extremely catchy and it is extremely powerful. So how did you come up with that name?
I came up with that name just toying around with ideas, and I thought about sense. I wanted stuff like this, financial literacy, to make sense to kids. I wanted to make sense to the parents. And then once it makes sense, it converts to sense. So it all converts to money. I mean, just simple knowing common sense themes and about terms, etc. Then it'll turn into sense. And I wanted to have that transition when the word, so children could know that, okay, we're learning this now, but how it's gonna have an impact on them later on and now too.
Yes, yes, without a doubt. And especially with kids, it's easy for them to learn new things because they just absorb information. And a lot of times they don't even realize that they're learning something when they are learning it. And for a child, it's much easier to get their attention to learn something when it's fun. And you've created a fun way for kids to learn. So in what ways does Sense to Sense make financial education fun for kids?
All right. So first of all, with my cards, I knew I had to have my cards. Here it is. I knew I had to have my cards colorful, was like interesting, or like, hey, what's going on? So I set up these cards so that they would grab a child's attention. They'd be like, oh, well, what's this? I want to learn more. From there, I host classes too. So in classes, I have life-size versions of our actual financial literacy card. We play games. We do real-life scenarios. We talk about current things that children are interested in. A lot of kids are big on Fortnite, and I didn't know this prior to having classes, but kids love 5 and below. So I try to incorporate those type of things that they are used to into a learning experience because it makes everything real life for them.
Yes. And I want to tell y'all that y'all need to invest in those cards. I placed my order. I'm waiting for it to come in. I am so excited. So I want to challenge everybody watching this video, everybody that is going to watch this video, to place an order to get the financial literacy cards. They're not only for kids, they're for beginners. So it is something that we need. So somebody said they're good stocking stuffers. So y'all place those orders with her to get those cards today. So like we said, we are talking about the cards, and they are for beginners. And like you did state, they're vibrantly colorful, and they correspond to the fundamentals of financial literacy. And I was going through your Instagram page, and I saw a lot of videos with parents showing their kids the cards, and the kids were so excited to get the answers, you know. And in one video I was seeing, the kids were, the lady asked the question, you know, what was the question, and the kids were trying to answer it, and they didn't get the answer initially, but they were shooting out answers that were related to financial, you know, finances. And I'm like, wow, the kids had to be like 9 or 10,
Right.
and they eventually got the answer. But I'm like, wow, they know these words, you know, and I'm 25 and I'm just learning this stuff. So it is absolutely amazing that you created those cards for kids. So could you in detail tell us more about the financial literacy cards and how beginners will successfully benefit from the cards?
Okay, because first, with the cards, I broke them down into, you have 4 different categories. So you have economics, so on the wider scheme of things, we have credit, banking, and investing. And some of the terms are, even some adults I know have been like, oh wow, I didn't know that. So we have things like liability, and people aren't really sure what the definition of liability is. And so children will have a jump start. That's why I call it a financial jump start, because children will have a jump start, because a lot of people are just figuring out, you know, what's the liability, what's the credit inquiry. Some people don't know that every time you apply for credit, you have an inquiry. So introducing that to children, teens, adults who don't have the information. The great thing about financial literacy is you can start right now not knowing nothing, not knowing anything. And once you start working on it, you start learning more and more. You can then apply it. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to be a rocket science. You can simply turn your sense to sense by just learning and getting more information for yourself.
Yes. So where can everybody watching purchase those cards from?
Well, if you follow my Instagram, it might be easy. Just click the Instagram Sense2Cents, SENSE2Cents, and my website link is in there. But my website is sense2cents.org. So that's sense2cents.org. You can, we have some amazing things going on. We'll have some Black Friday specials going on, Cyber Monday deals. But like someone said last time we talked, this is a great stocking stuffer, because this isn't something, you know, kids get stuff and it lasts about a day. And then you're like, well, what happened to that? And you spend all that money on it. But with these cards, I can guarantee you they have the ability to last a lifetime. If you're using them and using them correctly, they can last a lifetime. This knowledge, just knowledge we all need.
Yes, yes, without a doubt. And when it comes to kids, not only, like I said earlier, not only do they do what they are told, but they also do what they see. And a beautiful thing about Sense2Cents is that not only are the kids learning, but you created a program where the parents actually are learning with their kids. And with the information obtained from Sense2Cents, a child is able to see how a parent is applying what they learn to everyday life. And I remember when we talked last time, you said a parent went to do something and a kid was like, hey, I learned about that in Miss Ashley's class. So
Right.
they're able to actually see a parent using what they're taught from Sense2Cents. And a lot of times we think that a child, oh, they're too young, they don't need to learn that right now, or they can learn that later, but that is not true. So in your opinion, at what age should a child begin learning about financial literacy?
I say it all depends on the child, and it all depends on how much the parent is going to be involved. When the kids are smaller, 2, 3 years old, I mean, you're not doing a big lesson. Just introduce saving to them. Get them a clear piggy bank, and let them see you put the money in the account. I mean, in the bank, so they can see it's growing. When they need something, be like, oh, okay, let's get this out of here. So they can just process that in their mind. So then later on in their life, you can build off of those lessons that you taught when they were younger. I always say 4 years old. They say children are old enough to go to school, start pre-K at 4 years old. That means that they are old enough to learn these lessons. As you can see on my page, on my reviews, we have 4-year-olds who are learning this information and doing amazing with it. And that's just a great, you think about not having to make the mistakes once you get in college or over 18. Think about already having the basis. So you are ahead in life once it's time. I mean, the impact that I believe Sense2Cents will have is amazing.
Yes, and you are already making an impact, and just keep going because this is needed and people are really gravitating towards it and seeing how needed it is. Because I am just so glad that I ran across your page because I ordered those cards, like I said, and I cannot wait to begin just studying and gaining the knowledge that I need. And financial literacy, like we said, is not taught at school. And many of us are unfamiliar with even the basis of finance. And it's important that we stop blaming our ignorance on not being taught it and begin learning and teaching ourselves. And like you said, the good thing about financial literacy is, one, you don't have to go to school to learn it. 2, is not very expensive. And 3, there's resources out there like Sense2Cents that can help you gain that financial literacy. So how important is it for us to have financial literacy to gain control over our lives?
As we all know, financial literacy plays a big part in everyday life. Once you get out of the house with your parents, out of high school, even if you're not out on your own getting an apartment, once you get to college, you have to start making some decisions. I remember my first day in college, they were like, you want a free pizza? Sign up for a credit card. So having the information like, oh, I'm not signing up for a credit card was because, one, I remember that term for those Sense2Cents cards. I don't want a credit inquiry. I can't pay it back. I don't know how much, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I might not be able to pay it back. I'm in college. So being able to have that basis of information, I know I see some things where parents are upset because their children have purchased cars and they're at outrageous interest rates, like 24, 29%. In my classes I teach, the children know what's a good interest rate and they know what's a bad interest rate. So just by providing that knowledge as a gateway to getting more information and knowing more, it's amazing. And now I have the Money Talk guide that I believe juniors in high school, seniors definitely need this, because that's when, I mean, real life is about to start happening. Financial decisions can be made at 18. Go ahead and get your child a head start so they're setting up their financial future.
Yes. So y'all check out her website and get those resources that she has provided so that we can, like she said, set those kids up for their future. And a lot of times we have resources and we have information, and a lot of times we don't share that information simply because it's just not a topic that's talked about. And you briefly told me that one time your friend had a question about finances, and you knew the answer, but y'all never talked about it. So you had the answer, but the conversation just never came up.
Right.
And it's very important that we share knowledge, and you actually posted this on Instagram today. If you have the resources, don't hoard it, but share it. So outside of Sense2Cents, from your own personal experiences, how has sharing the knowledge about finances benefited others?
With these kids, I mean, it's amazing. Like I said, I started out with adults, and I had a woman who never made a budget. She now makes a budget. A woman who never carried a purse because she was never that much concerned about her money. She just knew she'd have money and she dished it out. But having a purse was amazing because that made her conscious of how she was spending it and when she was spending it. And with these children, I mean, it's amazing when it comes to learning and seeing them learn and answer these questions in class. One time I asked the question and a little girl, she was funny, like, no, you getting that confused with a 401k. And when these kids answer like that, I get so happy because I know that they are getting it and they are understanding the information, and that's going to last a lifetime. I mean, she said it so jazzy. I think she ended it with a period. So I was like, okay, we'll keep it going. So that was just amazing to see how they grasp the concepts. Investing, like I said, I had this one kid who after our June or July class, he bought $5 in stock for Apple. Within a few weeks, he received dividends, which is another one of our words. And he was excited about receiving, the dividends because he saw as his money was growing. As of last week, he got his statement for his stock, and the $5 stock that he had was already near $7. So that was a big deal to him. And now he sees how that money is growing. So instead of spending on, hey, I want an ice cream, or let me buy this from the Target, he knows that he can invest his money and it will grow. And learning that at 10 years old, if I learned that when I was at 10 years old, man, I'd be so much further ahead in life.
Yes. And it's amazing how, like you said, he's only 10 years old. And just imagine all the time that he has for that to grow. And for him to know that is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I know that we only barely scratched the surface with Sense2Cents. And there's so many more resources and tools that you all offer. So what are some other tools that Sense2Cents offers to better equip beginners to gain financial literacy?
All right. So like I just said, this came out with the Money Talk Guide, and that's for parents teaching children and young adults. So with that, I always set up everything so if a parent doesn't know, they don't have to be frightened or ashamed or scared, so that they can learn as they teach their child. We also have, of course, the flashcards, which are our biggest product. And we have so much more coming out in 2020. Starting out in January, we have a lot of good stuff coming out. And so I like to get feedback a lot. From the whole Money Talk Guide, I ask questions on my Instagram like, what is it you wish you knew when you were 17 or 18 or as a child? And then the responses that I got up the most, I went off of that. So I provide products based off of feedback. So I love feedback. So tell me what it is you want. How do you want to use it? What age range? Someone said they wanted something for their younger child to just start the concept, like we said, with the saving money. So we're coming out with a book in the first quarter so that you can have a talk. I mean, your baby, as adorable as he is, you can read a book to him. He doesn't have to know, oh my God, this is a financial literacy lesson. But in his head, he's going to remember that story.
Yes, without a doubt. Let me know when you get it, because I'll definitely be making my purchase.
Yes,
definitely. And you just said that y'all have some upcoming things coming up with Sense2Cents. So what else can we look forward to from Sense2Cents in the coming months?
In the coming months, we are looking to go on tours. So I have a lot of cities that reach out to us and want me to come and visit and host a financial literacy class. And I'm excited about that because we are growing. And I mean, if I could travel every day and make sure every child that I come in contact with with learn something that they will hold on to benefit them and to financially educate them, I would. So I'm excited about that. If you have a city that you're interested in hosting a financial literacy class, shoot us an email. That's going to be amazing once it comes out, because not just here where I am in Georgia, we can go wherever that you are willing. We are open to visiting and teaching children.
Yes, I can't wait for y'all to come to Houston, because I will be in that class.
Yes,
I
can't wait.
With all my materials, learning something. I can't wait. Yes. So what is some advice that you can give us about the importance of gaining financial literacy for ourselves as well as our children?
Financial literacy, like I said, is a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I messed up. I'm in a rut. How they don't think that they can come back from it, but you can. You can. I mean, with anything, my big basis is a budget. That's why I have that 2020 budget planner, because once you put everything on paper and see where you're going, where you're headed, you can start correcting it. Start paying down that debt. Paying down that debt is going to start getting your credit right. Once you start getting all that right and you're saving, you're able to invest. So it is okay to start now. Start right now and correcting what you can. Write it down. Create a budget. I have free budget templates. If you need one, just let me know and just write it down, and you'll be amazed at how just having that budget and being able to save just allows you to have so many other options for your money, for your finances. And when your children are not only just learning these terms, but they hear you saying, I'm working on my credit, I'm doing this for my credit, you're playing some games based off your credit, how to correct my credit, they are going to be amazed to know that you all are doing it together.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I just get so excited talking about just financial literacy, and especially with kids, because they're so young and they have so much time, and starting them early is just a plus. And it just makes me so excited, because I am on this financial journey, because I'm 25, and like I keep saying, there's many things that I don't know about, but I'm starting. So for anybody out there who's like me, who is not financial literate, just start. Get the card, get the financial literacy cards from Sense2Cents, and start somewhere. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, because guess what? You have to learn it. You have to. So I just want to encourage everybody watching to go check out her website and get those financial literacy cards, because they are amazing. So my philosophy is be bold, be beautiful, be you. I literally say this all day. I encourage it to everyone, and I have it written everywhere. So what is a philosophy that you live on and stand by?
A philosophy that I live on is by Zig Ziglar, and it's one that I adopted within the past 2 years. Is if you have expertise in a field, do not be afraid to share it. Imagine if we all shared what we knew, how amazing it would be. You wouldn't have to go to school and sit in for school for a long time. You can just share that information with others. I had a friend just reaching out for me to help. My friend Joanna, she reached out, said she wanted help. I mean, from then, her finances have done a full 360 in not even 18 months, having that conversation with my other best friend. And she said, you know what? Imagine if we all talked about money. Instead, we act like it's a big secret that we all are going through something, or we have something, or we need something. So that's why I open the conversation, and I always say, Sense2Cents is about money talk. It's okay to talk about money, and doing it is going to make us so much better as a community.
Yes. Oh my goodness, for real. That is very, very important that we share it, because holding on to the information for yourself does nothing, because you aren't going to be here forever. So share that information so that it can be passed on from generation to generation, because each generation needs to get better and better. So y'all, if y'all have any information, whether it's about money, whether it's about anything, share that information. It is a must. So at this point in time, I want to open up the floor to you to say whatever is on your heart.
Well, as you said, don't be afraid to start now. It's okay to start now, wherever it is in your finance as parents. And that not just the flashcards, the activity book is going to be what changes our children, because yes, they're going to latch on and they're going to remember all the terms, what you tell them. But once they see you actively being financially responsible, that is what's going to truly change their lives. And like I said, do not be afraid to start. It is okay. There are hundreds and thousands of people where you are, where you have been, but you can pull yourself out of this hole.
Yes, without a doubt. And I don't want to say too much after that. Y'all just start. And I also want to encourage y'all to check out her website and pick up something off of her website. Use it as a stocking stuffer. Use it for yourself. Use it for your kids. Not only is it for kids, it's for beginners. So you learn with your kids. Y'all, it is necessary that we get financially literate. So y'all do not be scared to start. Y'all check out Sense2Cents. Follow her. She is always posting stuff. She says she's going on tour. Let her know what city y'all want her to come to. I already told her come to Houston. We are waiting here in Houston.
I'm going to stay down.
Yes. So I just want to thank you so much for being a guest again. Thank you for working with me.
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. I can't wait for my cards to come in, and we have to stay connected. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have an awesome night tonight. Y'all be bold. Y'all be beautiful. Y'all be you. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.